The benevolent are invincible.
Hello everyone, and welcome to today's show. We are going to talk about a topic called the benevolent one is invincible. This isn't a martial arts legend, but a true story from an operating room. It shows us that true strength doesn't come from power or skill, but from inner humility, wisdom, and kindness. A medical trainee shared her recent experience working with a new doctor. Although he was new, his demeanor earned the admiration of everyone. During a high-pressure surgery, the doctor faced a sudden major hemorrhage without a hint of panic. He was exceptionally calm, and every move was clear and decisive, with no unnecessary repetition. What was even more surprising was that when an experienced senior doctor arrived, he became flustered by the sight of the bleeding. Yet, this new doctor was able to stabilize the situation and help the panicked senior doctor calm down. This powerful presence and composure stem from inner peace and confidence. In that surgery, the young doctor displayed several impressive qualities. First, his humility. He wasn't arrogant about his success. He sincerely thanked every team member. He knew the surgery's success wasn't his alone but the result of the entire team's effort. This respect and gratitude made everyone feel valued, making them more willing to cooperate. Next, his adaptability. When he worked with the senior doctor, he didn't stubbornly stick to his own habits. He actively observed the other doctor's tools and techniques and quickly adapted to his style. He would use the senior doctor's preferred tools and even mimic his suturing steps. This practice of not insisting on his own ways and respecting others impressed the senior doctor, who continued to praise him after the surgery. Finally, his honesty and accountability. When a problem arose, even if it was the anesthesiologist's fault, he took responsibility for his mistake. This willingness to take the blame didn't make him look weak. It earned him everyone's respect. When a person can calmly face mistakes and even take responsibility for what isn't theirs, the magnanimity and sense of duty they show are unmatched by any skill. The master summarized it perfectly. When a person does well, others will naturally respect them. This is the true meaning of the benevolent one is invincible. The phrase doesn't mean having no opponents. It means that because a person has a noble character, they can turn everyone around them into a friend, having no enemies. A truly benevolent person has no worries or emotions, only compliance and the desire to bring joy. Just like that young doctor, no matter who he meets, he can make them happy. This ability is far more precious than any professional skill. In contrast, what about ourselves? In our daily lives, have we ever become frustrated over a small matter, or adopted an arrogant attitude toward newcomers or subordinates? Have we ever held on to our authority for fear of being replaced or surpassed? These behaviors, as the master said, are the lowest form of conduct. They not only damage our image in others' eyes but also lead us into a vicious cycle that ultimately destroys us. So, how can we become a benevolent person who brings peace and reliability to others? The master gave us a very specific piece of advice: learn and imitate. When you meet someone you admire, someone who makes you feel safe and trustworthy, you can make them your role model. Observe their every word and action, and learn their demeanor, expressions, words, and movements. You can even record them and repeatedly watch and imitate until you internalize these qualities. This is a process that requires continuous practice. But if you persevere for 21 days, you can make this skill your own. The master also reminded us that when you encounter problems at work or in life, don't get stuck in a swamp of emotions. Don't blame, resent, or complain. Emotions are the biggest obstacle to solving problems. As the trainee mentioned, when she faced a colleague's negligence, she couldn't help but blame them and showed a bad face. But the master pointed out that this emotional behavior is more damaging than worse. It not only makes everyone around them feel uneasy but also leaves people with a negative impression of unreliability. This case study makes us deeply realize that true strength does not come from ability but from inner character. When we treat everyone and everything with a kind, humble, and responsible heart, The light we radiate will earn everyone's respect and trust. Finally, I'd like to end with the master's words. Kindness is the ability to make anyone happy, no matter who they are. May we all strive for this goal and, in our own roles, not only do our jobs well but also bring kindness and joy to everyone around us.